New Year's resolutions. Google defines it as when a person resolves to change an undesired trait or behavior, to accomplish a personal goal or otherwise improve their lives. Now, when it comes to working out, playing basketball, or just being active, there are many obstacles that will be in your way. Weight, height, accessibility, where you live, just many factors in general. But when it comes to the sport of basketball itself, there are tons of factors that go into being successful. But sometimes life will just be in your way and you'll just have to deal with it and make the most out of what you have, no matter how many disadvantages you may have. For example, when it comes to me playing basketball in my earlier days, I lacked a jump shot for the longest time. I even shot like this for most of my life. Ew. Absolutely disgusting. Jesus Christ, what was I doing back in the day? But through learning the game and playing more to my strengths while slowly improving my weaknesses, I was able to become a better player in the end. And in today's video, we're going to go and talk about a basketball player who, even with his challenges, was able to overcome the odds and be who he is today. Anyways, you already know who it is. Roll it!
He incurred an injury dealing with weights in the weight room, so he stitched up in the left hand doing all this.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you ever seen something like this happen before? Now what if you had that, but he did this instead? Yeah, exactly. Meet Kalin Bennett, the first autistic player to ever score a point in a D1 college basketball game. Born June 26, 2000 and growing up in Arkansas, Kalin grew up with autism. But he wasn't diagnosed with it until age of 9, and doctors told him he would never be able to walk or talk. However, Kalin did not sit up until he was 2, didn't take his first steps until he was 4, and didn't talk until he was 7. So he was able to overcome that, even if it was a slow process. Even with that difficulty in his early life, Kalin's mom, Sonia, was not going to let that define him. So she came up with the rule that ended up being the best thing that ever happened to him. He could not say the word can't. And I'm sure that was hard for her, as she explained to a reporter that she was always told, "I was always hearing everything he wasn't going to be able to do. And they were telling me, come to grips with it, Miss Bennett." And I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to work with him, and that's what I did. Even with his autism, his mother would not allow any excuses to be made from her son. Kalin was introduced to basketball in the 3rd grade when he participated in a school pep rally, and he officially started playing that same year. And even though he was confused about how everything worked, he loved the sport and kept playing it anyways. His mother was even concerned about it, but luckily her husband was able to convince her to let him play, as it would be good for Kalin at that age. And after playing basketball for so long, at the age of 13, he hit a huge growth spurt, growing to the height of 6'7". A 6'7" 13-year-old is hard to miss on the AAU circuit, let alone on a basketball court. And with that, he started to get interest from local schools and local colleges in the area. He started to learn more basketball as he aged, and even with his love of math, he learned plays in his time in middle school, high school, and even college. However, even after all this, many people didn't even know he had autism. He was able to adapt with his surroundings, and after all this time, people didn't even notice it on the basketball court either. And I think this quote from Kalin's dad explains this best, as he says, "Sports give you the opportunity to come outside yourself because it's bigger than you." Which is so true, because even through all of my troubles and growing up being bullied in school, basketball was always my escape into enjoying life and forgetting all of that. And as you can see, this was his also. Because after many years of destroying kids on the court and even becoming the 16th best player in the state of Arkansas in his class, he decided to take a gap year and go into a gap year program named Link Year Prep in Michigan. And after some time there, he decided that he had enough of hiding his diagnosis and decided to make a post about it one night before bed. And from there, his story blew up and he received so much support. Kalin explains to a reporter about how parents DM'd him and told him how he gave them hope for their children. He even mentioned how he played some people in the AAU circuit with autism. This post is still on Instagram right now if you want to read it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It goes into the difficulties of him growing up with it and how he was bullied because of it and how people told him he would not become anything because of it. Kalin is truly a person to look up to when it comes to his heart, determination, and passion to get through all of this. After his gap year, he was offered a scholarship to the University of Kent State by Rob, I'm not even going to try to say his last name, as he describes him by saying how he believes Bennett's size and strength are his biggest assets on the court, and he believes he just needs to use it a little bit more. And when he came into Kent State, Kalin is now a solid 6'11" and 300 pounds. You know what that sounds like? Anyways, after a long, grueling summer, and I can only imagine a worse strength conditioning regimen that I had in college, the 2019 to 2020 season starts. And literally his first game, they are blowing out the other team, and he comes in, and this happens.
Castillo on the right with a bouncer to Bennett. Squares up now to the lane. Left-hander, good! And one. He had a rebound, and now he has a bucket. And a potential three-point play.
There was an electricity in the air for the Kent State basketball team's home opener.
I am proud of my school, I really am.
Because history was being made as a basketball player with autism was set to make his debut Wednesday night. Freshman Kalin Bennett was dressed and ready to play. A 6'10" forward from Little Rock, Arkansas, becoming the first person with autism to sign with a D1 school. And with 5 minutes left in the game, Kalin went in. Smiling ear to ear, he made a rebound and his first basket ever in a collegiate game.
This game was a lot of fun, being able to, display all the hard work we put in from when we first got here to now. And for my mom to see it, it was really big for me to let her know that, hey, everything that you've done is not in vain.
All surrounded by his coach, his teammates, his mom, and the Kent State community.
It's good to know that people look up to me, but the real thing is everybody's capable of doing whatever they want to do in life. So hopefully I create a thing where it's going to transcend to more kids that they believe in themselves.
The crowd is going nuts. The cheers are loud, and the team is up by what might as well be 1,000,000 points. But tonight's not about any of that. Tonight's about history in the making.
I'm just one person.
This humble powerhouse is Kalin Bennett. He's a freshman on Kent State's men's basketball team.
It's good to know that people look up to me, but the real thing is everybody's capable of doing whatever they want to do in life.
Kalin is the first ever person with autism to sign on with a Division I sports program. And now he's the first to ever suit up and score a college basket.
A lot of kids dreamed of getting their first college bucket like that, so for it to go in for me, I was really happy.
Although right now he's working on getting better and earning more minutes, he realizes his success is so important to so many people.
From now on, everything I do, every step I take, I have to make sure it's with order and it's with resolve.
Especially to his biggest and loudest fan. Sonia says she's so grateful for all the doors basketball opened for him.
Basketball gave him the tools to be social. Basketball gave him friends when he was alone. Basketball gave him the skills to know that he could do anything he wanted to. As he said, with this little orange ball, it could take me wherever I want to go.
And with that basket, Kalin Bennett becomes the first person with autism to ever score a basket in a D1 basketball game. I'm pretty sure this moment was special for him and his family, and his story will not end here. He may not be getting too much playing time right now, but he is a freshman and has time to improve over his next 3 years. He has even scored in other games also other than this one. Now I hope this story encourages you to start off your year and even your decade off right. No matter what type of issues or disadvantages you may have in life and whatever you're trying to do, just know that you can do it. Everyone has a story, and it's up to you to write it and make it the best you can make it. So in the comments, I want you to write your goals that you have for 2020. It can be sports-wise or anything really in general. And everyone make sure to support each other in the comments with their goals also. But when I heard about this story, it just put a smile on my face because it showed me the true beauty of basketball and why I love it so much. Because it's a sport for everyone, and you know what I mean when I say that. Anyone can go into a gym and work hard and get good at the sport. It's a sport for everyone to play. If you can do this, then I know anybody can. But again, it doesn't have to be about sports. You can excel at anything you do. But for my 2020 goal, I'm gonna go for 100K subs, and I know I can do this if I just keep up this grind, and you, the supporters, just keep helping me getting there as well. And this video, starting on January the 1st, 2020, will help me get there as well. But I won't keep you here that much longer. This is your boy, Alvini Linguine, saying peace, and Happy New Year.